that are blessed and married also have that blessing. Hopefully, inshallah, the wives don't abandon us when we're sick. But they'll never be as comforting and as compassionate as our mothers are. Never. And so when we are in our most vulnerable position, we wish for someone to care for us and tend for us. And Abu Bakr did just that. He would visit the sick, even though he was fasting, even though he was exhausted, even though he had lots of excuses not to do that. And you know, it wasn't as easy as it is today. Today you just ride a car or take the bus, you're in an air-conditioned facility, right? You walk a few steps perhaps just to the bus stop or to the car, but that's it. You don't have to struggle through the heat of Arabia. You don't have to ride on a camel and go the distance to visit a sick person. It's very easy today. But yet, even though it's easier than it was in the past, we don't do it. We satisfy ourselves with a text message or just checking their Facebook status. SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah. That is the compassion that the Sahaba had for each other. That is the compassion that Islam pushes us to have for each other. To care for each other. To be for one another. And Abu Bakr visited and walked in a funeral. And we'd ask why? I mean, the guy's dead. Who cares? But then you would ask yourself that question, when you pass away, when you die, would you like people to actually attend your funeral? Or no? To be forgotten or to be remembered is a question. And if you actually think about it, many of the things that we do in our lives actually involve being remembered. Why do we keep on posting on Buzz and on Facebook and on Twitter and text messaging people and having friends? Why? What's the big deal, man? Why do you have to reveal your whole life like that? Every step you take, you have to put a note on it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, or Buzz. Why? Because we seek to be remembered. We want people to know what we're doing. We want to have an impact on others. If you've read an article, you want to share it and say, brother, read this article, it's beautiful. If you've written one, you want to share it with others. You want to share your thoughts. Right? That's how much we care about being remembered. So that's one element of compassion. When you die, knowing that many brothers, inshallah, will walk in your funeral because they care about you, they will make dua for you. You're seeking their dua. When you know this, when you die comfortably knowing that your brothers will make dua for you, inshallah, even though you've passed away, they will ask that your grave is a source of comfort for you. They will ask that the doors of heaven will be open for you and the gates of hellfire be closed. They will ask for this for you. When you know this, you feel compassionate for your brothers. You feel this duty to do the same for them. Even though you may not know the deceased person. But you care enough to make that dua. Many times after Jum'ah prayer, on Fridays, in the main mosque especially, you find many people coming in and saying, please, ask for this dua for this sister or that brother. This person passed away, this person is sick. And then you find many of the brothers in the mosque running away. The moment the khutbah ends, they just rush out. They don't want to stay there and make that dua. Because it's time consuming. And because they don't know the person. If they know the person, they would stick around. They want to run away. They have, lots of other important things to do. But subhanAllah, our Islam teaches us to stay for those few extra minutes and make that dua. And be keen on being compassionate for our brothers and sisters that we may never have met or never know. Yet we make that dua with our hearts because we believe that one day we will need the same dua. And who amongst us does not need that dua? Hence, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu sets a beautiful example that while fasting, and all of us here are fasting, he was keen on attaining these other opportunities that opened themselves for him, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enabled to be before him. And we may not have many people dying in our close proximity to attend the janazah of. We may not have that. We may not have the opportunity to visit a sick person. Maybe everyone around you is just healthy. But we have other opportunities. We have Taraweeh. We have the famine in Somalia to remind us of what we need to do. We have these opportunities that open themselves for you, and if we look close enough, if we search for it, we will find it. And hence we would follow the example of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu by capitalizing on these opportunities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presents to us, especially in Ramadan, especially in the last 10 days. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفروا لكم فاستغفروه من دائم. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. O Allah, grant us in this life a good deed, in the hereafter a good deed. Forsake us from the torment of hellfire. وأقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.